My fellow COINTELPRO government paid shills. Our master plan succeeded. Jeff C. quit. Now give me a high five. You too. Come on, high five, high five. High fives all around. Come on. Because, you know, now it's time to let it out. We're all in the same room, man. High five, high five, high five. Oh, good guys. Good job, okay? JLB, don't forget you. Lesta, come on, come on. Double high five. Thank you. We did it.
You shut up. The podium is all yours. Go right ahead. The plastic king of Castle Polyethylene. Go on. Time to be a good little pig. You're worth it. Oh, you're so.
Jeff C. is guilty of almost every single thing that he accuses others of doing. He is a narcissistic, exaggerating, lying douchebag. And I gave him a fair chance, and I've shown that. I've shown screenshots and all that, and you know, my actual comment pages and all that in the past. I'll relink that stuff in the description. The Why Does Jeff C. Slander Me Part 1, 2, and 3, if you happen to be interested in listening to it. Speaking of who he is, late in this last video that he put up, which won't be his last, I'm sure he'll be back to whatever, he goes on about like his family's being attacked, or, you know, not like literally physically, but you know, and people are like knocking on his door and shit. So if they're doing that, then they know who you are. So why is nobody putting up videos about this? Huh? That right there tells you he's full of shit. Okay? Because if people were actually doing that, they would publish his personal information, and it would be out there. I mean, yeah, that Derek Frizzell crap, yeah, whatever. It was intriguing at first, and I was interested in it because, well, the guy fucking lied about me, and I didn't appreciate that. I never did shit to the guy. I tried to play mediator. That's not doing something to people. Mediating between two people. Okay. But he tried to kill the messenger, and then tried to apologize for it when he heard at least part 2 of Why Does Jeff C. Slander Me, and basically tried to play me while I was playing him because I knew that he was full of shit. And then he goes on to accuse me again, or, well, further accuse less than a dime's either me or John LeBon. None of us are the same people. Now, this doesn't mean I'm necessarily defending John LeBon. I have no problem with the guy personally. But I do not agree with the flat earth theory, okay? I don't really care about it. I don't think it if it were flat, I don't think it matters. Not until the psychopaths in power in this world are taken out. And I don't really see much hope for that, so that's my feelings on that. I never had the chance to grow my channel big, and I don't really care that much, you know. Like, yeah, originally, just probably like everyone else who does this, you know, we want to affect people in a positive way, get them to see the bullshit that's going on. I figure most people, even people who are putting out bad videos, bad content, okay, incorrect content, I think that is the case with most of them. They're not all government shills, even most people pushing the flat earth theory, okay? And I understand the motivation, but not everybody's a good researcher. Not everybody has strong logic, and I'm even faulty at times. But Jeff C wants to go further than that. It's almost like he wants to be Christ, a savior. Now, Justin Bryant, formerly known as the Ottawa Expositor, now known as Avidan, God is Just, has put together a lot of videos, being somebody that knows Jeff quite well and has communicated with him a lot directly and even met him in person. And even he's calling him a narcissist. About 6 months late on that, and he admits that, And he kind of bugs me because of his too long didn't read crap, and he doesn't seem to want to pay attention to anything I have to say, but that's a minor bug. It's like, whatever, you can do what you want. But yeah, he breaks it down quite well, even in 3 to 5 hour long podcasts on the We'll Do It Live network channel. And so if you're interested in this sort of thing, well, I really recommend you watch those, okay? He knows what he's talking about quite well. Maybe a little bit I disagree with, and I disagree with some of his practice of Christianity, and I've told him that. And he didn't pay attention, probably. But anyway, the point is Jeff C isn't into this for the actual truth, okay? He's into this for attention and to be a savior kind of thing, because that is, for an insecure person, that is the ultimate feeling of security, is to have everybody love you for saving them or something, or waking them up or whatever. No, yeah, in a sense, that's why we all got into it, right? That's why I wanted to do it, and I was partially inspired by Jeff C, though I find little effect to it, to be honest. And Jeff C's research isn't exactly all that great anyways. It was pretty good up until almost a year ago, early this year, about Charlie Hebdo. It started falling off, and then TransAsia, he got obsessed with something that, no, it doesn't matter as far as the so-called globalist agenda, okay? Not at all. Or at least not in any direct fashion. And he made that a big deal by doing what he did, okay? By flipping out about it. He made the flat earth thing a bigger deal. I didn't see barely any of that crap until he started talking about it, and then he just fucking went off. And, well, of course you're going to get shilled when you're insulting a bunch of people, okay? You're going to get trolled, not shilled. Yeah, that's going to happen. Why do you think it happened after TransAsia? You could have just said it doesn't really matter and put it to the side and continue doing what you were doing. But you didn't do that, and you made a bunch of people mad by insulting them. Includes this guy, okay, who, he was making some videos exposing you, but you completely blew it out of proportion, and you had in no way put yourself in his shoes. And I'm not completely agreeing with what Steve Keys did. That's not the point. The point is that Jeff blew this out of proportion, and by the way, shortly after he actually made this video, and you can see well enough the dates in it, he stopped posting about Jeff. He stopped giving a fuck or something. See, in fact, it's Jeff who is the one who obsessed about people, okay? He's the one who had the Watchers Google Plus community, which Justin Bryant gave a link to in one of his recent videos, okay? He was a part of it too. Jeff's guilty of everything that he said others are guilty of, okay? He's a hypocrite. Have you figured out yet why this song is playing in between these little bits of talking that I'm doing? It should be kind of obvious. Pretty new song by Cohen and Cranberry. Album is about a month old, and first time I heard it, it completely reminded me of Jeff C. Through and through. No, it's not literal that he has the world in command, but he sure has a very unfortunately blind audience. And I was a part of that audience once, you know. Hell, I took part in a little bit of trolling of like Dan Dix and the Elephant's Laundry guy during the Sydney siege, or after the Sydney siege. And I never trolled Brendan Hunt, but I did try to do what I thought was talking some sense into him. And he basically called me a more intelligent troll than most, or something like that, you know, or more thoughtful than most. Now, speaking of the doxing thing, Jeff is also a supporter of Chad Lilly, who has doxed numerous people, okay? So once again, hypocrite. I've seen Chad Lilly dox someone named Catherine Eldon, who was actually using a real name in Hoax Central, which I was a member of, but less than a dime never, ever, ever was. Okay. Oh, where's the picture? And this is a screenshot from a few months ago where he pretty much posts the same comment twice almost and tells some lies. You know, this is where he's saying me less than jail be the same person. Bullshit, okay. And I was not banned for the Paris hoax. I was banned for trying to mediate between Jeff and Lesta. Okay, because a lot of people don't get less than a dime. I don't think most people are ready for him. And it doesn't mean he's always right, but he does a lot of speculative stuff, okay? And I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Well, there's one that does a lot of that I kind of do, but I'll get to that in a sec. Now, as you can see here, I was still in Hoax Central as of February 5th, and it's February 4th, I think, that Lester made his first video. Sorry, it was February 5th. Now, what I showed here, I accidentally deleted some of these. So you notice there's a gap between these. These are the social emails I get, you know, not the actual emails. And I accidentally deleted some of these. I was just trying to clear them. Then I realized something that, okay, you know, I want to keep track of this just in case of something like what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I shared this the day he published it, if not maybe the day after. This is January 20th, 2015, the last Charlie Hebdo video that Lesta made, and he thinks it's a green screen. And, you know, there's green screen layering in here. And there's some weird stuff in there that I personally thought might have been CGI. Oh well. You know, Jeff never said anything about that. Nobody ever said anything about that when I was sharing these, and so was tearing down Vale to Hoax Central. So it was easily over 2 weeks after, you know, and the case gets worse if I'm actually telling the truth that I was in it after February 5th, because I was, for at least a few days. The case even gets worse against Jeff, that's a lie that he kicked me out because of Charlie Hebdo bullshit. So if it's not clear, I was not posting disinformation. I was posting speculative videos, okay? This is a speculative video. And he even admits it at the beginning. Maybe it's at the beginning of the one right before it, okay? Because that's the Hebdo hobo. This one's walking on green screen. But he says it right in the beginning. You can watch it yourself, okay? Some of these ideas are not necessarily horrible. Like, it kind of even doesn't matter if something in the news is like a hoax or not, okay? What really matters is the ideology, the propaganda they're trying to push, okay? Because, like, unless you can prove something's a hoax, it really doesn't matter. But if you can prove the ideology being pushed, that is much more effective and much more, it's more powerful, it's more relevant, okay? At least that's my opinion. Now, if you can actually prove something is a hoax, then that gives further foundation to the propaganda, the ideas that are being pushed, because those who control the ideas in people's heads are the ones who control the world. Okay, if you can do that, you can control the world, because you're controlling their perception. Now, in my opinion, Jeff C. and numerous others have done a very bad job over the last year of proving certain things to be hoaxes. Just because there's a lack of evidence presented does not mean it's a hoax. I'm sorry. Interviews, it does not necessarily mean it's a hoax. Like, even Sandy Hook, like, we never saw the crime scene photos, or at least the vast majority of them, particularly featuring dead bodies. And if we did, we could probably determine if it was real or not, but that evidence has never been presented, so it's just speculation that it's just not there, that it doesn't exist, Yeah, there's a bunch of anomalies about people, a hell of a lot, but I personally don't think it's a hoax anymore. I used to, until I found Aryan Empires. Until he started getting the ball rolling probably about 10, 11 months ago. And he started figuring some stuff out, which he may over-speculate on a few things, but he's mostly right, as far as I can tell. If you weren't aware, there is a neo-Nazi connection to, ideologically, to Adam Lanza and his Yes Internet fingerprint. He did have one. It was released in the data dump. It wasn't released in the police report, okay? If I remember right. Still, there was all the anti-gun stuff, yeah. And there seemed to be some pre-planning to that, but nonetheless, there's evidence of multiple shooters, and there's evidence of other things. No, I've been trying to tell people, at least in comments on Google Plus and such, go to Aryan Empires channel, okay? And do it from front to back, every Sandy Hook Covenant video, okay? Now, he's not Keith Johnson or C.W. Wade. He's not friends with them. They do, or at least C.W. Wade does watch his videos and comments on them. But he debunks so much about it, and so much that's being pushed by the so-called truth community and the Sandy Hook hoax community. He's done a fantastic job so far. And a few things are a little bit speculative, but there's a number of things that are not. And that has to do with this guy. See, I said I was going to speak about speculators. And kind of speculator that I do have a problem with. And I defended this guy, even to Aryan Empires, until what I'm about to describe to you. Look at his email address here. We're going to come to this, okay? NLR88. Now, Professor Doom, right before Aryan Empires apparently exposed what this guy actually is, because the Aryan Empires thought is that it's a bunch of neo-Nazi fucking Hitler lovers that are at the top of the pyramid, so to speak, not the big pyramid, but like the hoax community pyramid, that are trying to push the Sandy Hook hoax thing, okay, to cover up that it was actually a Nazi killing on the anniversary of the day that the Nazis were expelled from Connecticut in the 1930s, and it is actually the same day, okay. Now, Danny Sass, aka Dr. Professor Doom, right before Aryan Empires exposed, or at least supposed, what this email address means, and I think correctly supposed, he made a video, Professor Doom versus Aryan Empires, and he never followed up, because it was like the next day or 2 days later the Aryan Empires published a connection for this, okay, and this is a very strong connection. I'm going to explain it to you, okay. Basically, Professor Doom, Danny Sass, was busted for methamphetamine in California, and guess who happens to be the biggest, or at least a very big meth pusher in California? The Nazi lowriders. NLR, Nazi Low Riders. Now look up 88. Pause this video and go look up 88. Type in into Google 88 Nazi. or 88 white supremacists, and you'll see what you'll get. To them, it means Hail Hitler. Yes. What are the odds? Oh yeah, by the way, the Nazi lowriders have a connection to the Connecticut White Wolves, who just happen to operate in the area. And if you don't know who the White Wolves are, they are white supremacist neo-Nazis that operate in the surrounding area of Newtown, Connecticut. Okay? What are the odds that this guy was... I feel I hate to have to say this, because like this guy actually, I have my Power Director program because of him. He sent me a cracked version, or uploaded it to whatever that freaking Australian guy's file sharing website is, and downloaded a cracked version. I liked it. I bought it. Okay. But yet, what are the odds that he was busted for meth in California, where the Nazi lowriders operate and are connected to the White Wolves, and he happens to have this email address, NLR88, Nazi lowriders Hail Hitler. What are the odds? He has not addressed this once, and don't think he doesn't know. Okay, I guarantee you he knows. Now, this video here that he made about his email being hacked, and though I have a different title to it, this one says Sad News. Well, on mine it says Help My Wife. But look, it starts out, I'm not opening this, by the way, but it starts off, how are you doing? I just want to let you know about my wife's surgery operation. She has been. How you doing? I just want you to let you know about my wife's surgery operation she has been having. Okay, yeah, starts out the same. Now, and he's putting this out there on his own. Now, if his email is hacked, well, how are they gonna, this was sent out through his email. How are people going to give this money to the hacker? Okay. Could it be that Danny Sass is actually sending this out on his own to have an excuse to get rid of this email? Because if you see here, new email address. Danny, if you're watching this, unsub to me, okay? I don't really want anything to do with you. I defended you, and you seem to have no excuse for this, okay? Can you even come up with an excuse, and would I even believe you if you did? I don't think so. I really don't. No, I'd never wholeheartedly defended this guy, particularly to Aryan Empires. I put it like, well, yeah, he has been reaching for a while now, reaching for, with speculation, a little too much. And he is a Gnostic. And funny enough, right after I mentioned that, Aryan Empires made a video about Gnosticism and how it connects to the Nazis. I don't know if I inspired him to do that, but Manichaeism was in the title of that video. It was pretty recent. It's funny, too, because I just happened to, here's Danny Sass, Power Director. Thank you. Because he's the one who got it for me. Sorry, rather who I got it from. Yeah. And if you're a fan of Professor Doom's channel, oh, please get away from this guy, okay? He's not exposing anything. Apparently he has a video up about the cafe shooting in Paris recently on Zeekly. I'm not going to that stupid Zeekly for anybody's videos. And I know, I've seen them synced up, okay? Whatever the hell he's gonna suppose there, I'm sorry, I almost guarantee he's wrong. I'm sorry to say I've lost respect for almost every single one of these channels I used to like. Okay. I'm still subbed to all of them. I haven't, maybe a couple I've unsubbed to, but, keeping an eye on some of them. I kind of like Learner of the Jesuit Orders channel. He does some good stuff on NASA, and yeah, I think that a lot of the NASA stuff, if not all of it, it's a hoax. Why, that's a whole nother story, but it doesn't even matter that I believe that, I'm not around pushing it and whatever. There's a lack of sufficient evidence, okay? There's totally a lack of sufficient evidence, but Aryan Empires, of course, is a great channel. ChristmasIsAlie.com is one of the very best channels on YouTube. His one fault, I think, is that he believes the global warming climate change scam, and he calls it global warming, okay? And, well, watch the videos for yourself, go to his website, and go through it and study it, and you will learn a hell of a lot about the real history of Christianity, okay? I spent 8 months studying his website, and anything I didn't already know, I Googled, and I found most of it. Some of it I couldn't confirm, but that's okay. Fun channel, Cinema Sins. Corbett Report, of course, classic. I like Dolores Flores' videos quite a bit. I like Terrible Tim's music. I think it's cool. This is a channel that features Botchamania videos, which if you like seeing botches in pro wrestling made fun of, it's actually a really fun channel. Gnostic Media, particularly on the subject of mind control, is quite good. Though he is wrong about the origins of Christianity, and basically has it backwards with the mushroom cults, where they were an infiltration of Christianity and they didn't actually start it. But he doesn't know enough about the history of that, unfortunately. This channel is just Syrian's Youth English, and you'll find the channel. Has to do with the start of the whole Syrian war thing. I do mostly like what It's About Perception has done, but he's made a few mistakes here and there, but I haven't called him out on it, you know, like, I got no problem with the guy personally. We have had some arguments at times. But John Doe, Industry Exposed, very good. Series, not completely perfect, but he does expose quite a few things about the music industry quite well. I suggest Journeyman Pictures because they have some documentaries that are worth watching, but they need to be critically thought about. I like Less Than a Dime, but not everybody's ready for them. LOL Field and Love. This channel, as it says here, most of the series information comes directly from the book Program to Kill, The Politics of Serial Murder by author Dave McGowan. And it's basically a visual version of that book, and it's very cool. There's like 80 parts to it, okay? And there's a lot. That is a book I highly recommend, along with his book Weird Scenes from Inside the Canyon, about Laurel Canyon and the start of the hippie movement and its intelligence and military connections. That whole hippie movement was thrust upon us as a mind control project, straight up. Another fun channel is Screen Junkies. Honest Trailers are friggin' hilarious. I love them. Corporation Nation, if you want to learn the real story of the Federal Reserve, go there. Clint Richardson goes through the freaking law itself, okay? Whole audit the Fed thing ain't what you think it is. I like Truthful Radio. I think he's an honest guy, but I don't know, maybe he finally realized what Jeff C. is. I hope so. I've been trying to get through to him. But he kind of stopped answering me, but whatever. You know, it's up to him. But he's also a fan of Aryan Empires now. Big fan. True Stream Media. Yeah, they used to work for Alex Jones, but you know what? I can't call them out for anything negative. And I really like Zendrius' channel. Not everything he's done is perfect on ISIS. I have some disagreements, which I haven't expressed yet, but Demon Magicians is quite impressive. And before I ever even saw his channel, I started, it's a long story about how I got to this idea, about demons and their actual role in this world. And that sounds weird to you, that's fine, okay? I'm not here to argue that. You're coming to believe in whatever you want, you know, that's your road, whatever. If you don't want to believe in Christianity, well, that's fine. But, you know, if you have a pre-existing belief without actually learning about the history, which is quite well documented, well, I don't even know how you can have an opinion on it, you know. I think that's a mistake on your part if that's what you do. But there are a lot of false teachers about Christianity too. Some intentional, some maybe not. It's a complicated subject, okay? It's complicated history. There's a lot to it. That's why I once again have to reference christmasasalie.com. That website is just, it's very, very, very good. You probably didn't know about Pope Sixtus III, did you? 666. Go there and learn about it. You'll be quite amazed at what you haven't been told. You know, I've really learned a lot from this experience on YouTube. And it's been an interesting ride. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to do it, you know. But if I am, I'm going to do what I want, you know, for the reasons why I want to do them. I kind of have this desire to mock things more and more, you know, including the so-called truth community. And particularly certain individuals, probably not you, whoever you are watching this, if you even made it this far. See, Jeff C is right about one thing. The whole truth movement thing is pretty fucked. Pretty proper fucked. You know, there's so much disagreement, though he caused a lot of it in it, but there's a lot of disagreement. You know, lack of ability to find common ground on things. You know, because, I mean, speculation is one thing, but, you know, actual truth, actual fact is another. You know, and it's like we should all be able to settle on what is actual fact, you know, and then discuss whatever speculation we have and the reasons for it, you know, and be able to do so as mature adults. I don't see any reason why, you know, people can't do that. The last thing I want to say is good riddance, Jeff C., and I hope you never come back.